You hear me now? Okay, so good morning, VCon 2021. And, I was listening to Chief just now, and I think it is always, you can always say it's my bad luck to always come on stage, or most of the time come on stage after him. And it becomes so very difficult to continue that zone or, to take it to next level. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying VCon and you're having a great time and you are having a lot of learnings. And when I see you guys, some of you I can see on screen right now, and when I see you guys sitting there, for most of you it is your first week on, and you came in because somebody told you that your life is going to change here, and you're sitting there waiting for that click. I was at the same position a couple of years back, and when I attended my first week on, and I remember I attended my first week on with a very clear thought process. And that thought process was that I am not going to do this business. No matter what people say, no matter what people try to convince me, but I'm not going to do this business because it's not for me, It's not something that I really want to do. And I can't talk to people. And I don't have friends. And I'm not good at speaking. And I had my own issues. And I thought that I can do much better outside than in this industry. And I was sitting there and I was dragged to VCon, like many of you are dragged to VCon. I was dragged to VCon and I was sitting there thinking, judging every speaker that was coming on stage. And trust me, the first day of VCon, when the opening ceremony happened, probably next year you all will attend a physical VCon, hopefully, so you will know what opening ceremony is, although you saw some of the glimpses of it already. So when the opening ceremony happened, I saw people from so many different countries and so many different nationalities in their traditional costumes, dancing, enjoying themselves. And I only said one thing to myself. I said, one person can be mad, 50 can be mad, 100 can be mad. There's thousands of people. They must have seen something that I'm yet to see. And I was more open in that VCon. Day one passed, day two, my click happened. I saw AVP Kalai come on stage and she spoke about a dream, and it's not what she spoke. Actually, that gave me the click. You know what I saw? I saw this lady wearing a black shimmery dress, okay? And there was this whole dark stadium, and she was walking and there was a spotlight following her, and she was shimmering even more. And obviously she came on stage, she rocked the stage and everything. And that was my click. And I said, this is what I really want in my life. I want this. Doesn't mean I just want that walk, but I want that fame. I want that much money. I want that success. I want everything. If it is possible for her, if she can do it, I can do it too. Right? And then I, attended rest of the days of the week on very, very seriously. So from somebody who had no belief in this industry or no belief in this company, didn't know anybody, in this industry, to somebody who basically in VCon, I took a decision to go back home and to close down my traditional business that I was running and do this business, do QNet full time. And I went back home and I thought, life is going to be rosy now. It's going to be bed of roses. Now I know I got that belief. I got my click, and now everything is going to be very, very easy for me. I will go straight away, start talking to people. People will start signing up and boom. I'll be successful. And next week on, I'll be on stage. And I thought it will be easy. And I went back home. I closed down my consultancy. I started doing, I started talking to people. And when I started talking to people, everybody started saying no to me. I was a recruiter. I gave job to so many people, and I thought these people are indebted to me and they will obviously do what I tell them. I started doing plans after plans after plans after plans after plans, and everybody said no. And I was thinking to myself, is this the right decision that I have taken? By closing down my traditional business, doing this full time, is this something that I is this something that I will really be able to pull off? Was a big question in my head. Okay. And in that whole confusion, I was frustrated. I went back home, and it was always told to us in the system that, whenever you're down, you watch a DVD, you watch Chief's video. And I put that DVD. Earlier those days, there used to be DVDs. So I put that DVD, and I think it was, I think Sachin saw it, maybe half of it, and then it started running. And the first sentence that Chief said in that DVD, he said, "How many of you are frustrated?" And it was recording of one of the VCon, and said, "How many of you are really frustrated?" And a lot of people raised their hand, and me sitting at home, I also raised my hand. And he said, "This business is not for frustrated people." And then he continued. And then it gave me a lot of clarity that 1 rejection, 5 rejection, 10 rejection, can this really decide my destiny? Not really. Kept going, kept working. And honestly, money was not coming. Sachin was full-time. I became full-time. The only source of income for us was QNet. There was no other source of income. And the money was just getting spent and no money was coming in. And going to VCon itself was a huge task for us. And, we used to travel like crazy. Okay. Even when there was no money, I used to travel like crazy, going in a train without a train ticket. Okay. It's illegal, I know, but I had no other choice, And I remember those times, when I was, I used to travel without a ticket in a train, and I used to sit outside the toilet in the train so that I can see from which bogie the ticket checker is coming and I can run. And I used to lay the newspaper there, and I used to sit on that because it used to be long journey. And many times I traveled like that, And sometimes people used to just, in some of the station used to get on the train, and then, they used to just kick from here and there. And I used to sit there humiliated, thinking that when will it pass? When will the right time come? And, life went on. Okay, going and building a market where I had no money to stay in a hotel. Hotel was a luxury. Stayed in a temple. Went through all that tough times, and, taking shower in the temple in the morning where there was no shower. When you open the tap, the water used to just drip, drop by drop. And then, you wait for the bucket to get full, and then you take shower. And then, getting ready, dressing up like $1 million, and then going and showing a presentation. Nobody ever got to know that, I was staying in a temple. All right. So life wasn't easy, So one is rejection. Then the family, because you're not making enough money. So family also start questioning your decision. Whether is this the right decision? My mother-in-law always told me that, you're traveling, you're going here and there, not focusing in the house and not earning any money. What's the point doing all this? Sachin is doing anyway. You sit at home. The moment I used to step out of the house, he used to say, "Why are you going?" And, I always got the feeling that, if I don't do it now, I will not get another chance. Because when I started, everybody told me that this is not for you. You're not somebody who can talk to people. You're not somebody who's social. You're not somebody, who can go through this. You had a good business. Why did you shut it? And, everybody basically pushed me to take another decision that, I should go back to my traditional business or I should go back to job. And it was honestly, nothing was stopping me. It was actually very easy for me to take another job. Anybody would have given me a job because of the experience that I had in corporate. Anybody would have given me a job, and I would have, it would be easy to start another life doing that job. But the only one thing that I don't like in life is failure. I know we say that, fail and failure is a big teacher, right? But I don't like failing. Yes, I failed many times, but that means when I say I don't like failing, that means when I fail, I keep doing it till the time I succeed. So that I don't remember the failures, I remember the success. So the world doesn't remember the failure, the world remembers the success. Nobody should point the finger and say, oh, she failed in this. No, I can't fail. That's the self-image that I always carried. All right. And I remember the times were tough, money wasn't coming, and, nothing was working. Yes, I had dreams. Chief spoke about dream. And, when you start the business, the first thing which is told to you is to write down your dream list, is to write down your dreams. And you put a date to it, and you put a plan to it, and you achieve it. And I wrote down my 20 dreams. But trust me, I wrote down my 20 dreams just so that they tell me the next step, not because that was really a dream. I wrote a solitaire, and I hate jewelries, but I wrote a solitaire. I wrote, a world tour. I'm not a traveler. I wrote, a big house, a big car for this person, car for that person, because I didn't know what else to write. So I wrote all that. And I didn't understand what is my actual dream. And in this journey of failures, when I kept failing, I did not earn a single check for first 18 months. So my team was growing. If somebody would look from outside, would know that she's successful. Why? Because they see the number of people in my organization, but they don't know that all those people for 18 months, I was building only my one side, my other side, nobody was coming in. Nobody was signing up. And people who used to sign up, they used to go back to sleep. And I was not making any money for 18 months. And that hunger and that anger kept building up. And I used to have sleepless nights. I didn't know what to do, what more to do. The only thing I knew is to just hang in there. Right? And the real dream after 18 months of working so hard in this business, I realized that it is actually not the car, it is actually not the house, it is actually not the diamond ring, it is actually not the world tour. It's basically, my dream is to create my own identity. Never wanted to be called as Mrs. Gupta all my life. Because otherwise, if you see, my life was very easy. My husband was crazy anyway. I knew he's going to build it big. For me, it was very easy to hide behind him and say, great, we are rich. Never wanted to do that. I wanted my own identity. And I used to feel bad, and it used to pinch me every day because my husband was more successful than me at that time. And people used to know me with his name. This guy's wife, And there's no problem in people calling me his wife because I'm his wife. But, people knowing me with that was an issue. That people don't know me, but people know me because of him. And I wanted badly to create my own identity. And I was, as I said, I was angry, and I was hungry, and I was desperate. And I was, every day when I used to sleep, I used to pray to God, and I used to visualize my life. That one day I'll have this, and one day I'll have that. And I actually saw myself on stage. I actually saw myself talking to people. I must tell you, I'm a very bad speaker, honestly, because I talk a lot inside. I know what exactly I need to do. But when it comes to communicating to the crowd, it becomes a little difficult, I visualize myself, and I when I used to visualize myself, I used to have this fear of what I will feel when I will address so many people. I started overcoming it in my head itself without even achieving it. And I was desperate to be there. 18 months later, one crazy person signed up on my other side, and my team started growing. My team started growing. And it took me 4 months after that to start maxing out. So exactly 22 months in the business, I started maxing out. And after that, guys, I don't remember a single week where I did not max out till today. Not even a single week. Right? And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I know many of you sitting out there, for you, if it is your first VCon, VCon helped me take that decision. VCon gave me that click. It helped me, to understand what I can get here if I be serious about my dream. VCon actually gave me my dream, which is walking down that aisle with the spotlight following me, right? VCon gave me that. For a lot of you who are a little older in the business, guys, if it's working, great. If it is not, then delay will happen. And it's absolutely okay. But imagine when the delay happens, what it actually gives you after that. It took me just 4 months to reach there after it started working for me, right? So guys, things will happen, delay will happen. And in one of the module in VCon, I remember V partner Donna said the delay will happen, but what do you think during that delay will decide how long this delay will last? Your thoughts at that time is very, very important. If you're thinking that, oh, I will never be able to do it, yes, you're right, you will never be able to do it. If you think no matter what happens, I'll be able to do it, you're right. No matter what, you will be able to do it. So what you think during that delay will decide how long this delay will last. And, when I was, as I shared with you, when I was sitting outside this toilet in a train, and people were kicking me from everywhere, I took a decision that never ever in my life, after I start making money, never ever in my life, I will travel in a train. Forget without ticket, I will not travel in a train. I will not travel economy. I will not travel business, but I will travel only first class. And it did not take much time for that decision to become a reality. When people said no, I took a decision that these people, it's not that I will prove them wrong, but they will get into the business. I will bring them in the business. I'll show them the success. Right? And so many of them who said no, actually came in the business. Right? And when I was staying in a temple, not having money, right? I took a decision that there will be a day in my life where I will not stay even in a 3-star or a 4-star. It will always be a 5-star. And if possible, 7-star. There are not many in this world, but if possible, 7-star. And I will not stay and I will not compromise. And the house that I used to live in, I remember in my first VCon I shared, I used to live in a house where we never had even a plastered walls. Some of you are lucky to stay in your parents' house with, the plastered walls. But sofa was a dream. Sofa was a dream. And that dream, it didn't only come true, And I think today, the house that I'm building is the biggest house that I have ever seen in the network or outside staying in. Right? So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is not because I want to prepare you for the challenges. No, the challenges will come. Whether you're prepared, you're not prepared, the challenges will come. Right? People will say no to you. People will laugh at you. Right? And you know what? When you're today sitting here and you're attending your VCon, my only request to you is this business will change your life, provided you work for it. But do not miss this opportunity. While you're sitting here, your uplines have given this platform to you. Your uplines have given this privilege to you for you to sit and attend the VCon. Do not waste your time sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, great event. I like this. I love what that person said. I love what this person said. Oh, the live sessions were good. Stop judging. Do not waste your time judging the speakers. Do not waste your time telling people, what you like, what you didn't like. When you're sitting here in this week on, no, guys, take a decision. Take a decision. Because I don't know, when Chief was sharing, he said, what, that one dream that is the most important to you, that one dream that is giving you sleepless night is enough. You write hundreds of them, and I'm telling you, you will achieve it if you have that one important dream. And you take a decision to make it happen, to make it, turn into reality. So today, when you're sitting here, do not waste your time. Take that decision to make it happen. And yes, people will laugh at you. People will ridicule. People will say all sorts of things. Chief was talking about newspapers. I don't know how many newspapers. I don't know how many Google searches. I don't know how many news channels. I've seen it all in all these years. It never affected me. Why? Because my one important dream, which was close to my heart, was intact, even till today. Right? Even till today. So, when I took that decision to make it happen is when things started happening. When I was only dreaming and saying, yeah, one day I will have this, and one day, wishful thinking. One day I'll have this, one day I'll have that. That one day will never come till the time you take a decision to make it happen. Right? And when you are, as I said, when you are sitting here, okay, and you're going through this and you're listening to so many speakers coming and sharing, and I'm sure everybody's saying the same thing. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. Right? But it is only you when you start taking that decision, and people will come and tell you, right? And you know what? When people, everything, when people started poking me, people started saying it is not going to work. People started saying, oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing this, get people in, oh, you're building that chain. Oh, and people used to laugh. And my friends used to look at each other and laugh. And they used to give that look when I used to enter the room. And everything that they did became my reason to take a decision. And when today, if it is happening with you, and if people are, poking you, and people are telling you that it is not going to work, and people are telling you that you're the wrong way, people are laughing at you, stand there. Stand there as a rock. Do not move and say, bring it on. Bring it on. Because, when you stand there like a rock and you say, bring it on, no matter how many people are against you, no matter how many people are talking about you, you will make it happen because it's your decision. You have taken that decision. Right? So my only request to you all is, do not waste this opportunity to take a decision. Take a decision, make it happen. Will it be painful? Absolutely. What is not painful? Because when I came from VCon, I did not come back from VCon saying, wow, it was a good event. I came pregnant. When I say pregnant, I was pregnant with VCon, with QNet. Right? And I was ready for that labor, and I was ready for that pain, and I was ready for the sacrifices, and I was ready for that discomfort, so that I can deliver a beautiful life that is waiting for me on the other side. So in this VCon, all of you who are attending, get pregnant with VCon, with QNet, so that when you come, when you finish the VCon, and when you get your dream, and I'm sure a lot of you have already got your dream and got the clicks, okay? Get pregnant so that after some time of hard work and labor and pain, you can deliver the most beautiful baby, the most beautiful life ever, which you have always dreamt of. So from my side, all the very best, okay? Rock it, make it happen, guys. And remember, It requires only that one small decision to make it happen. 1,000 dreams you can see, but you require that one small decision to make it happen. So go all out there, and people who say you cannot do it, prove them wrong. Thank you.